Ruth story. Here's a simplified way to teach the story of Ruth to youth, focusing on key themes and keeping it concise. Title: Ruth, a story of loyalty, love, and God's big plan. 1. The problem: sadness and loss. Imagine two women, Naomi and Ruth. Naomi was from Israel, while Ruth was from a neighboring country called Moab. Ruth was married to Naomi's son, but unfortunately, all the men passed away. Naomi decided to return to her homeland, Israel. Key point: life can be challenging, and people often face sadness and loss. 2. Ruth's choice: loyalty and friendship. Naomi advised her daughters-in-law to stay in their own land, but Ruth made an extraordinary choice. She declared, "I will not abandon you. Your people will become my people, and your God will become my God." Ruth's unwavering loyalty and desire to care for Naomi were clear. Key point: true friends stand by each other through thick and thin. Loyalty is a powerful virtue. 3. A new beginning: hard work and meeting Boaz. Naomi and Ruth embarked on a journey to Israel. However, they found themselves in poverty. Ruth, determined to help, ventured to a field to collect leftover grain. The field belonged to a kind man named Boaz. Boaz was deeply impressed by Ruth's hard work and unwavering loyalty to Naomi. Key point: hard work and kindness are often noticed by God. He often provides in unexpected ways for Boaz's assistance, kindness and protection. Boaz was a relative of Naomi's family. He followed an ancient custom and offered his assistance to Ruth and Naomi. He provided protection and ensured that Ruth had food. Key point: kindness and generosity have the power to transform lives. 5. A happy ending: family and God's plan. Boaz and Ruth got married and had a son named Obed. Obed became the grandfather of King David, an important king in Israel. And guess what? King David was in the family line of Jesus. Key point: God can use anyone, even people from different backgrounds, to do remarkable things. Even when things seem bad, God has a plan. Discussion questions. What was the hardest part of Ruth's story? What qualities did Ruth have that you admire? How did God show kindness to Ruth and Naomi? How can you show loyalty to your friends and family? How can you be kind to people who are different? Key takeaways to emphasize. Ruth's loyalty to Naomi is a powerful example of true friendship. God provided for Ruth and Naomi in unexpected ways. God can use anyone, regardless of their background. God has a plan for everyone, even when things seem difficult. By focusing on these key themes and using simple language, you can effectively teach the story of Ruth to youth and help them understand its important lessons. Remember to encourage discussion and make the story relevant to their lives. In short, the problem between Israel and Moab was 1. Historical conflict. Moab opposed Israel's passage through their land during the Exodus, Numbers 22-24. 2. Religious differences. Moab worshipped different gods, leading to spiritual conflict and the potential for idolatry among Israelites. 3. Political tension. Moab was often a rival kingdom, leading to wars and border disputes. 4. Prophetic condemnation. Moab was often condemned by Israelite prophets for their pride and hostility towards Israel. Ruth's story foreshadows Jesus, and here are specific verses to highlight the connection. Ruth's unwavering loyalty and Boaz's selfless redemption foreshadow Jesus' own sacrifice and inclusive nature. Imagine Naomi, an Israelite woman who tragically lost her husband and sons in Moab. Amidst this hardship, her daughter-in-law, Ruth, a Moabite, demonstrated extraordinary devotion. She declared, "Your people will be my people, and your God my God." Ruth 1:16. Ruth's unwavering commitment mirrors our own decision to follow Jesus, leaving our old lives behind. In Israel, Ruth found favor in the fields of Boaz, a kind relative. Boaz, acting as a kinsman redeemer, protected Ruth and eventually married her. This narrative echoes Jesus, our Redeemer, who saves us from our brokenness. Boaz's act of redemption foreshadows Jesus' sacrifice. Just as Boaz purchased back Naomi's family land and provided for Ruth, Jesus purchased our freedom from sin with his own life. Ruth, a Gentile, became an integral part of Jesus' family lineage through King David. This underscores Jesus' universal message of inclusivity, not just for a select group. It fulfills God's promise to Abraham, stating, "All peoples on earth will be blessed through you." Genesis 12:3. Ruth's inclusion foreshadows the gospel's widespread spread to the entire world. Ultimately, Ruth's story points to Jesus, our loving Redeemer, who offers a fresh start to all who believe. He is the true kinsman redeemer, bringing us into his family and granting us eternal life. Just as Ruth found refuge in Boaz, we find favor in Jesus. He invites us, "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest." Matthew 11:28. Ruth's unwavering loyalty, Boaz's selfless redemption, and her inclusion in Jesus' lineage all point to the love, sacrifice, and inclusive nature of Jesus Christ.